Accidentally sent out my tweet early, so now I have to start. I am gonna have to quickly... I'm gonna have to quickly be right back, just to get water. But then I'll be good to go, so... Yeah, hold on just a second. Alright, I am back. So... Next course of action, I'm gonna quickly get Spotify up and running. Just need 1 second. There we go. Okay. Get rid of that. And now we start up Game Maker. Back to the Game Maker mines. So... What did I do last time? Alright, let's look at this. Need to wait for it to compile. Come on. It's taking forever. Good lord. Okay. Alright, so this is what I did last time. Oh, I messed it up, actually. That's okay. I may be able to salvage this. If I do this. Okay, yeah, so this is sort of what I did last time. It's in the dialogue system. Yep. It's kind of interesting, I think. I think that actually broke part of her... And I think that actually broke part of her, like attack sequence. So like, if I go here... Yeah, so normally she does that. Raz? Yep, that's me. Hello. Almost missed my notification. Ah, okay. That's fine. Yeah, the stream notification. I gotcha. Yeah, all good. Right now I'm looking into how the dialogue system apparently has broken one of the bosses. Yeah, okay, so I see what's happened. So normally she like comes in and shoots this thing. Also apparently you can get hurt by that. Whoops. Okay. Well, that's very broken. Shit. Alright, how do I... Okay, I can probably find some way to fix this. I mean, I think this is the only boss in the game that is like this. At least I hope that's the case. Hmm. So what patent number is she? 37, I believe. Okay. If I go to... I think this is it here. Yeah. Hmm. So I could just offset this by 1 frame and that would hopefully fix it. Hmm. So then I just put this here. Do this. Bring that back. Then I do the same here. Bring that over. Then I just comment all of this out. Alright. Yeah, let's try, exactly. See if this fixes it, and I sure hope it does, because otherwise I'm gonna have to probably do some refactoring, which would be really annoying. So I'm gonna just try out the default for now. Oh god. Oh, uh-oh. That's... Nope. Good lord. Alright, I think I know what I did wrong. Didn't expect that. I probably should have anticipated that. To be honest, so this is, yeah, this is where I did it. So I think I just need to do timer equals 61 instead. I don't know why I had it set up to be like sort of the way I had it set up was to find like a remainder on the timer, which is weird. So this should probably be fine. Yeah, this works okay. Uh-oh. Ah, okay. Well, that's another issue. Hmm. Yeah, it just spawns it here. Like, it spawns additional guns there when they're not supposed to be there. Well, that's an easy fix. Or at least it should be. I just need to go back here. Yeah, so there's a phase counter as well, so I can just say... Yep. Phase equals 0. That should work. I think I index it from 0, but... Wasn't sure what that was, yeah. So it's basically like the miniguns that spawn around her. Like you can see here in like a more still image. But yeah, I was spawning them in phase 2, which isn't quite right. Oh. Okay, that's... The game crashed. I think I know why, once again, though. Ah. Yeah, so it's supposed to be this. Take this away. I'm glad I tested this, though. This would have been kind of bad to run into on, like, a live build. Okay, so this... Currently, this seems to be working even for the dialogue system. I was meant to test it in practice, but... Yeah, so it resumes as normal now, which is good. Though I may need to make the miniguns fade in a bit better. Yeah, test in production. Okay, now this should work as intended. Now, there is only one slight issue with this. And that's, if I go back here... I do that. So currently it's gonna be... It'll just kind of spawn in. Yeah, so the guns just kind of spawn in, they don't like fade in at all. I think it'd be nice to have them fade in, but that's something I can note down for later. More so for now, I was just concerned about having it work. So it's good that it's working. So I can note that down for later. Okay. So back to more so what I was doing last time. Yeah, so I want to make it so that you can't waste the special. Which that should be pretty easy. So I think it's just in the end step for the player. So I think I'd just add it here. Just check for if an instance of the dialogue exists. Should be a quick and easy fix. Yeah, working is the most important and aesthetics come last, yeah. Exactly. We can refine it later. Okay, so... Now if I go here... Okay, so I'm currently right-clicking, and it isn't working. Which you kind of just have to take my word for, but... That's good. So you shouldn't be able to waste your special anymore here. Well, I do want to make sure that it... Yeah, so you can use it immediately after. Which is good. Alright, cool. Although I should also test to make sure that if you use your special, I want to make sure that it isn't recharging it during the dialogue as well. Since then you could just wait that out. I think I based it off of the point counter anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. But I do just want to make sure. So yeah, I believe that's frozen. If I just sort of keep my mouse there for a second. Yeah, it isn't really counting up at all, so... I'm noticing it doesn't... Kind of hard to see. So I have a way I can test this, actually. So I can just get a special that is... less of a recharge. So this is the fastest recharging special. So then I can take this in and see if this works at all. Just waste it. So yeah, still doesn't count up here, which is good. Okay, so it does resume counting. I just saw it tick over a bit. Okay. El Burzo is a great filler line, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it there until I write the actual dialogue. I mean, why not? Anyway. Hmm. So yeah, I think that's all working okay. Need more books for the dogs for sure, yeah. Definitely. Um, so what's next? So another thing I need to get the dialogue working with is actually changing the portraits. I do also want to quickly change the speed. So this is not actually characters per second. This is frame timer, I believe. Like for each character. I did it slightly in like a weird way, I believe. Hmm. Okay, so actually I'm finding I didn't do that. I did it in like a completely different sort of weird way. Hmm. Trying to think about how I would implement this. I mean, okay, I think this still does work as long as I'm doing it by like frames instead. So like this would be 12 characters per second, I believe. Sound stuff can finish later too. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, so now the dialogue should be slightly faster, which is sort of an issue I had before. Oh god. Nope, it's even slower. This was not how this was meant to go. Wow. No, that is unbelievably slow. Okay, so how about let's not do that. Okay. I could set that to like 30. I'm just kind of trying to find a good default. Or, oh, right, this is practice mode. That's not gonna do the dialogue. Have to test it here. That's a bit better. So next thing is actually switching the portraits, which that should be pretty easy. Since that should just be checking the portrait list. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay. So we should be able to just find this, but I'm trying to find, okay. So this is currently how I get the position in the list. So I can just copy that over. So now I'd need to add the correct portrait for each thing. Which that should be pretty simple. So now it should be able to switch. I am going to quickly just put the main character's portrait in though. It should be in UI, I believe. Yeah. I have to mess around a bit with getting GameMaker to, or getting RBS to capture this. Okay. Okay, so I forget how big I made the portrait sprite. That would be a good thing to check, actually. What did I... Oh, here's the portraits. Okay, so it's 150 by 150. Okay. Trying to figure out how to best capture this. Okay. I don't know. That's a good enough portrait, I guess. So then we would go over here, can sort of copy this. Obviously, this is still pretty unclean, but... Oh, god damn it. Okay. Game Maker overwrote my copy, so I'm gonna need to quickly recopy this. Okay. We can go back here. There is a portrait. I might just quickly take that out. It feels unnecessary. Okay. Brother's calling? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all good. So right now it's just gotta remake the texture sheet, which is why it takes a while to compile. Okay. Okay, so it actually does change the portrait, so that's good. Good that it works. Okay. So I think the next thing to do is to make it so that there's a better indicator for the attack starting, which should be pretty easy. Should just be a matter of going to wherever I have the dialogue system, which I don't know where I have it. Oh, it's here. Okay. So instead of instantly destroying it, hmm. So I'm thinking maybe I'd have like a deactivate boolean. Set this to true. So we have deactivate as false by default. Deactivate. Oh. We have if deactivate, or if it's not deactivated yet, then we can check for mouse input. So then we just have like a transparency thing. So we do like alpha equals 1. And we just fade that out. So actually we'd make sure that we reverse this first. We do else. If alpha is less than or equal to 0, then we would destroy this and set that one spawner variable, which I lost because I meant to copy it over, but then I overwrote it like a dumbass. I'd set timer pause to false. Be obj underscore spawner dot timer paused. Then all that's left to do we'd set the draw alpha to be this, and then we'd set it back to 1 at the end. Yep. So then we can just comment this. Just add a bunch of miscellaneous comments to make sure this is all good. This is where we fade out the alpha. Then this is where it would be fully faded. Good. So this should now work such that we can actually fade it out when dialogue is finished. Okay, so it shouldn't reset the text position either. That's a bit of a problem. Quickly fix that. Hmm. So I guess what I'd do is I would just do like an else here. And only set all of this if it is actually fulfilling the requirements. It should be all good. Okay. Yeah, I think that should work. So now it should no longer reset the text itself when it's fading out, which was an issue before. Yep. Nice. I almost wonder if I should reset the timer though, as well. I don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of difficult to do though. And I believe every boss in the game should be fine with that. I can quickly check. Just make sure. Because all of them come from the top as far as I know. So now, if I increment this, test this. Okay. So I'm just kind of going through and testing every boss. That's kind of foreboding how she has like her aim marker on me. But I kind of like that. That's funny. Like, I feel like it is kind of important to keep that. Eh. Okay. I forgot that I meant to be incrementing the round counter. Okay. That's good that it kind of keeps the indicator, actually. I like that. Uh, okay, so every boss in the game does work, which is good to see. Should mean the dialogue system is pretty much complete at a feature level. I would still have to go through and check all of the whatchamacallits, the portraits. Like, I'd have to go back and change those and, of course, actually write the dialogue, but I think for now, the system actually does work. Oh, hey. Got the cats. So yeah, let's see. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Doesn't seem like it. So instead, the main thing I want to do is I want to actually now do some more styling stuff for it. So let's look at this. So currently the way I have some of the buttons in the game styled is sort of after Windows 95. So I kind of want to see what a Windows 95 pop-up sort of looks like. I'll base it off of that. Let's see. You know what would be funny, actually? If you could just skip everything by pressing, like, the X button on, like, a window. That would be kind of funny. I'm actually thinking that would be pretty fun. Yeah, I'm just trying to quickly double check how I'd do that. So, I can quickly just paste this into Sprite. Show you what I'm cooking. See, I kind of want to style it around this sort of Windows 95 aesthetic. So, that shouldn't be too difficult, actually. As long as I actually have the... Yeah, as long as I have the sizes of the text box, which should be consistent, then that should be all good. So let me just quickly close that. I really should zoom this in a little bit more. I don't know how I do that. Hang on. I need just a second. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna quickly do something. Just change my preferences. God, where is this? Ah, does that work? So if I now go into dialogue and go here. Ah, okay. So I am able to make the text a bit bigger. That should be better for stream, I believe. So in that case, what is next? Okay, so styling, right. So the width is 600 and the height is 100. So I can just create that. Is that really correct? Somehow I doubt that. Oh, actually, no, that is correct. It'd just be twice this? Maybe? And let me quickly check something. So if we go here, do that. Okay, so the text box actually is just that long. Interesting. I didn't realize I made it that long. Well, it is what it is. Okay. Although it should be twice the size, I believe. If we're basing it sort of off of this, and I already have some sprites that follow this convention. If I just quickly load up. I should have like a button image that has like a similar style. Do I have this? Ah. So this is currently how I have it. It's something like this. Which is a little bit different, but it's legally distinct, so I'm kind of just going to keep it like that, to be honest. Yeah, so I believe I should be able to just copy this then. So I can just put this fully in the corner. So then we would separate this into a bunch of different slices. We'd put this sort of in each end. Put these slices down here. Then we can extend this out. Extend this out. Okay, so this is going to be sort of the dialogue box. So then we would need to put like the blue pot in. Which the blue pot I want to just kind of put in as like a small bit at the top. So we're actually going to make this a little bit bigger. That seems fine. We can just fill this in with this sort of ugly blue for now. So let me see how I do this in game. So there's a very particular way I do it. Okay. I'm gonna just quickly screenshot this. So I now should have the correct blue color that I'm using. Which is this blue color. That's 35. Which isn't quite right. Ah, but it's only because I extended it by 40, but then didn't do that. I believe. I mean, should I just keep it like this, or... I think that's correct. Oh god. Hang on. Should actually do that. Just to make sure I've got it all over correctly. That's not gonna work. Do this. Stretch that all the way down. So then we just do this. Nice. That should be close enough. Of course, the color isn't exactly the same, but that's on purpose. Oh, I'm not even showing Ace Bright. Whoops. Yeah, this is what I've got so far. So then we'd have the dialogue here. But I do just want to see, like, where do we have the portrait currently? Because I want to have, like, a little indent where the portrait usually is. Okay. If we go back here. Do that. Okay, so I have to take a screenshot. This is briefly not going to be visible on stream on purpose because taking a screenshot like this takes a screenshot of all of my screens. Just kind of sketchy. Okay, now I can share this. You're back? Welcome back. I've just been working on, I guess, the styling for the text box. So if we take this down here. So that should give me the exact position that the dialog box should be at. Or that the portrait should be at. Then I can just sort of carve this out. Sorry you're gone so long? No, that's no problem. There is no obligation for you to be here, so I appreciate you coming along. Okay. Then we can just cut all that out. So this is where the portrait is. Which I think is fine enough. Sorry, because you want it to be. Competing priorities are hard. I mean, you know, my stream shouldn't be a priority, to be honest, but I do appreciate it, so... Should I do this? I think this could be good. Oops. Copy that. This back over here. Just makes you happy to watch. Glad to hear that. I really do appreciate it, yeah. Dang it, I keep copying the wrong layer. So then... I did it again. When will I learn to copy the right layer? Who knows? Okay, something about this doesn't quite look right. Oh, I see. So normally when you have like an indent, it does it like the other way around. Yeah, okay, so I'd actually need to flip this afterwards. Also, the playlist has ended. So I'll have to change that in a second. Do this. Then we just copy this. Or I guess delete that. We copy it over to here specifically. Just stretch this. So I'm gonna need to flip this in a second. I mean, that kind of looks cool. It just doesn't quite look right. Once again, I think if I were to take this and just kind of flip the colors, then that would be fine. So if we rotate this by, say, 180, that looks a bit more natural. Like a bit more like the target style. I like that. So, yeah, like a real GUI, exactly. Okay, so this should be good. I'm gonna save this quickly. Then I could add like the buttons here eventually. So like a dumb idea I had that I don't know if you like heard from before. I kind of want to add these kind of buttons to the to the dialogue pop up as well, or at least just the X button so that you could just skip everything instantly. I think that'd be kind of funny. Yeah. So, I'll do that eventually. For now, I'm gonna just export this as is. Now, if we go back to Game Maker, I'm gonna quickly drink water and change Spotify. Um, yeah, I'll put this on. Why not? Okay. So then, so this is UI. We can insert the sprite. This won't be visible on screen because it's kind of jank. Yeah, Game Maker captures are pretty jank, so I won't be able to show this, but yeah, I'm just currently putting the dialogue box in. Okay. So the dialogue box is currently in. I just need to make it so that it actually draws it. It should be here. Oh yeah, I also changed the text size so it's a bit easier to see on stream. Don't know how much it'll help, but I figured I may as well. Okay, so then instead of doing this background, we would just draw a new sprite instead. We do sprite dialog, a sub image. We just do that at box X and box Y. So it's going to take a little bit of time to recompile because what I've found is that essentially any time you insert a new sprite, it has to redo the entire texture sheet. So yeah, it just kind of takes a while to recompile the texture sheet for the game. Sort of remake that. I do also realize right now it's not going to be very easy to see. Yeah, because I have it set to white text currently. So that's a bit of an issue. And also this isn't very visible either. Gonna need to mess with that. White text is ghost text. Yeah. In a way. The spooky ghost is speaking. You can only sense its echoes. Ah, I see. Quite possibly. So, should be an easy fix. So we just set this to be black instead. We can just quickly test that because do what is it? Oh, okay. It looks kind of strange, but maybe it'd look better with like a different font or something. Hmm. Interesting. Font change would be good? Yeah. I sort of figure that might be what's holding it back. But I can't really do that on stream, so I can mess with that later. So what I do think would be really cool is if we then like put a little thing in the blue section. You have dumb fingers. No. You're all good. Typers happen. You are completely fine. But yeah, I'd like to have a little bit in the blue part that says like, oh, this is the dialogue, and it could even say like which character. So if I go to here, I'll create a new list for speaker names. So speaker list. Then we just add to the list. Add speaker list. So we'd have the main character who is named Brace. Have Chubb. Just take that away. So then oh, like that name? Yeah. So character name. So I was gonna have it as just like dialogue bracket and then like the character name. But yeah, I'll have to like mess around with it to see what feels good. Even change the vibe for flavor. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that's an interesting idea of how I could do that. I'll see how it feels to just have it as like something a bit more straightforward first, but oh, that's good. Speaker name. So then I could do like this. So it's currently 24. I wonder if that'll actually fit in the box. We can try it, I suppose. When we'd set this to white instead. Set this to middle. Okay, then we draw text. Box X minus box width plus box padding. Put this in brackets just to be sure. We do, I believe it's box Y minus, minus box height, and then we do an additional minus 20, because it extends 40 past the top. We do dialogue. Plus, we do speaker list. Okay, hang on. Maybe we should get this other string first. Just to be safe. Do I currently have anywhere where I set a string temporary variable? Just to make sure I don't have... Okay. Then we take away the var here. I need to be careful of like overlapping variable names is the thing, so... Instead, we do var string up here. Can hide that. So that when it does the next string, it doesn't like have weird overriding conflicts. What is my list to whatever I feel like? Yeah. I think... For now, I'm willing to just try this. Mainly. Whoop. String speak list position plus... We do that. And then we do this. That should be all good to go. I understand that I'm probably not being very helpful in my commentary. I'm kind of just going. What the heck? Okay, my Spotify broke. That's strange. Spotify? Okay. Don't know why Spotify just freaked out, but should be all good now. Hey, this is the cloud attack I walked on. Okay, so it almost works. It's a little bit too big, but we can work with that. Interesting. I almost feel like the text should be smaller in general. Yeah, the clouds, exactly. Do I have one universal font or fonts changed for the characters? I'm currently undecided on that. I'll probably have it be the same font, but I was thinking of having like different sounds for the text. So like, as you said, kind of like an Undertale thing, where like each time it increments a character, it like plays a little sound. Yeah, the text turns. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So currently, I've like text medium. Currently, just looking at all the text sizes. I almost feel like the original text size would be a little bit better for this. If I go here, oh, if I go here, sorry, just change this font to one of the others. Yeah, to portray the voice, exactly. The font changes are worse for accessibility? Quite possibly, yeah. Plus, I also just, I don't know, I almost feel like that'd be a bit too, like, taking from Undertale, but I don't know. I also just don't know what I would change it to. To be honest, like, the font for this game is just, like, Arial. Like, it's as default as it can get. Like, I haven't even decided on, like, a proper font yet. Let alone, like, having a different one for each character. That'd be a lot. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting issue. This feels too small, but what I had before felt too big. So I'm gonna have to make a new font, actually, for this. Hmm. Okay. Well, so be it. So I just need to change the font size, essentially. So text medium is 24. The other one is 16, so I'll meet in the middle and make it 20 for now. Change this to F&T dialogue. It's gonna take a while to recompile everything as well. Cause like anytime you insert like new graphics or like fonts, it has to like it has to retexture everything. Like it has to redo the texture sheet. So it takes forever. But oh well. We're here now. That's a lot better actually. I like that. Like this font size. Of course I'd still need to move this down a bit since it's a bit offset, but oh, for now I think that's like a good text size at least. Yeah, I like it as well. So we can just quickly fix the size. So I think I actually want to just make it a bit taller here, because otherwise the font is a bit too big for it, so we'll have to increase this to like 250. Then we just take this, oh, take this, do that. Do that, and that should leave adequate room. Okay. Cool. So then, if we hide a sprite, I'll just have to quickly put this back in. This won't be visible on screen, but should only take a moment. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, the size feels a bit better. Before it was a bit like too... Like, I don't know, it felt a bit cramped before. And like, it didn't entirely fit the aesthetic I was going for. Since like the text on the Windows 95 that I was using as like a reference was quite a bit smaller. So I feel like this is a good compromise. There we go. That's like fairly centered. Yeah, that's quite good. Yep. Alright. So I think I would just adjust it slightly more. So like the thing is that text in Game Maker is a little bit jank with alignment. So like before this, like 20 should have been dead center, like height wise. But due to some like weird font stuff and like how like the height of a font is calculated, it was like a bit further down than it should have been. Or a bit further up, actually, than it should have been. Yeah. So you do kind of need to manually correct the alignment a little bit. This should now look like completely perfect. Yeah. Cool. So there is still some minor issues, so like I want to make this a bit more visible, since currently it's still white, which is a bit off-putting. But that should be fairly easy. So if I just open a sprite. I forgot what I called it last time. Nah, okay, so I do... I need to find this quickly. Oh, I remember. I called it like Minnie Mouse. But not... I realize it sounds like I'm talking about the Disney character. Not that Minnie Mouse. But like a miniature mouse. Um... Where is this? I literally cannot find where I saved this. Yeah, the little mouse icon I made with the clicking. I'm really trying to find it, but not having a lot of luck. God dang it. Hang on, can I just search mouse? Oh, I didn't call it that. I call it dialogue input indicator. Because of course I would. Okay. Here we go. And you know, the worst part of all of this is I'm now realizing I could have just done this in-game maker. Like, I can save that as is, but like, honestly, if I just go here, like I open this, and I enable this, like I can literally just go in and do this in-game maker. I could have just avoided that whole thing. I am not smart. Alright, let's see. Let's see if that works. I have to close these. It happens. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So then do this. Yeah, okay, so that's a lot more visible. I almost feel like it's a bit too much, but at this point I'm kind of just nitpicking. Like, I guess it's fine. Just kind of feels weird to have it completely black next to this. But whatever. But yeah. So I think that's pretty good for now. So with that said, I will be ending stream now. So thank you for watching. I'll probably be back tomorrow. That's usually like when I stream is like Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday, 1 a.m. GST. So yeah. Let's see if I have someone to raid. I mean, I could raid the same person as last time. They all live. I don't know. I feel kind of weird raiding the same person twice in a row. We'll see if there's anyone else on. Let's Let's see. You're gonna jump to Ichi stream? I might as well raid them then. What's that Twitch handle? I may as well just send you over there. I think you're the only viewer anyway, so. Ichi the Invader, okay. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, why not? We'll raid Ichi the Invader. Yeah. No problem. I'll send you over there.